Hey guys, what's going on? Richard here with Alien Bros, and I hope you're all having a great day today. We have some awesome UFO footage to review for this video, and afterwards some great news to go over. The first sighting that I have to share with you all, though, is absolutely nuts. It shows a fleet of UFOs over Stockton, California, and it actually blows my mind because these UFOs perform some impossible feats that you'll just have to see for yourselves. First, I'd like to give a quick shout out though to our supporting sponsors over at Finally Hair Corporation. They are a new permanent channel sponsor and are one of the only companies that actually care enough about this subject and the channel to become a serious supporter, and that helps make all of this possible. So please, head on over to finallyhair.com and show them some love for helping to keep us afloat. Use coupon code AlienBros to take 25% off of your order. The link is down in the video description. Anyway, let's get into that UFO sighting that I was talking about earlier. It was captured on April 8th of 2020 and was sent over to me by my friend Tim over at UFO Man, and a link to his original video is down in the video description. It truly is a stunning sight to behold. Could it be fake? I won't say it's impossible, but the footage appears to be genuine to me, so I highly doubt it. Go ahead and check it out and decide for yourselves what you think it is, and we'll talk more on it after, alright? Here it is.
What is that? I know y'all seeing this right now, man. Come on, dude. I mean, why am I the only one that's freaking catching this, dude? Oh. Oh. No. Y'all seen that? Oh. Oh. See that? Can't see nothing no more.
So, as I mentioned earlier, this took place over Stockton, California, and if this is genuine, the witness captured some stunning footage. I see nothing in this clip suggesting it to be fake either. I considered if it could be drones, but there's no way that any drone would be capable of simply flying off and disappearing like this, and no drone, especially not civilian owned, is capable of dispensing smaller drones like this larger object did. The smaller lights very clearly all came out of the larger orb of light, no question about it, and as far as I am concerned, a drone, or in this case drones plural, definitely would not be a reasonable explanation for this sighting. These lights also take random placements in the sky, as if they were being deployed to observe a certain area. It was as if they had a purpose, and were set out to accomplish a set mission. Whatever these things are, they're clearly under some sort of intelligent control. I think that what we're seeing here may truly be genuine UFOs, likely extraterrestrial in origin, and I cannot think of any other earthly object capable of the feats that the objects in this footage performed. Flying off at such a high speed and vanishing like that is not something that I can explain away with conventional UFO misinterpretations. This to me looks like an actual fleet of UFOs dispensing smaller scout ships. However, I don't see why they would do this right next to a city. Then again, not enough people pay attention to make a big deal out of it anyway. So if it is aliens, or even something government, which based on its location I don't think it is, then they are probably well aware of the fact that nobody would believe it or care enough to pay attention even if they got caught. Luckily, one person did and sent in this awesome piece of footage for review. It's very rare that we see orb UFOs like this behave in the way that these ones are behaving, and even rarer that we get to see them fly off and disappear. When we do, it's usually captured on footage so indiscernible that it may as well have not even have been filmed in the first place. This certainly breaks that norm, and I would love to have witnessed this in person. No fireworks display or air show could compare to the awe that these crafts must have inspired in the witness that filmed this clip. One thing is for certain, however, an explanation here is needed, no matter what that explanation turns out to be. If you guys think you know what these things are, then please let me know down in the comments what you think these objects could be, because I truly have no clue what it is that we're seeing here in this footage. Alright, let's go ahead and get into our next UFO sighting. It comes to us from Pulaski, Virginia, and shows what appears to be a possible TR-3B witnessed by two people at about 5:55 p.m. on December 8th of 2018, and it was just sent over to me by a subscriber. The witness allegedly captured this in his driveway, and along with the UFO footage sent a daytime clip of the area that he captured the object in to give us a better idea of where this object was witnessed at. It is definitely a strange one. I'll go ahead and play the clip for you guys now, and we could talk more on it afterwards and examine some enhanced versions of the footage. Now check out this clip.
What the hell is that? Hey, man. Hey, buddy. Come here. What is this right here? Come here. What is this? Look that way. over top of your house. Come here, man. I don't know what the hell this is. There were 3 of them a minute ago. See this? Turn your light out. Kill that light. Kill it. Yeah, look, right there. See that?
Oh, yeah.
There were 3 of them. One of them just went west, but they were, I don't know what the hell they are.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they were flying and like.
Does that have anything to do with the weather?
I have no idea.
Hi. Or,
I can't even see them on here anymore.
yeah, you can definitely come this way.
No, they've stopped.
It's an odd color.
This is certainly some very strange stuff. It's hard to tell if these lights are all individual objects or not, but from their behavior, I want to say that they appear to possibly be part of one larger craft that could very well have been a TR-3B, but I don't want to say that for certain. It could also have very well have been 3 separate objects, but whatever they are, they appear to be very high in the sky, and to show up from such a distance, they must have some size to them. I don't think that what we're seeing here is drones. They're way too high up, and the aerial maneuvers they perform have me doubting it highly. The lights seem to go in and out, disappearing later on in the clip, and drones definitely do not do that. Not like this, at least. We also have one very large, brightly lit orb, which I am wondering if it could be related to. Maybe this is multiple smaller objects conversing with one larger one, but I still am under the impression that this is likely just one large craft. I could always be wrong, though. I know this can't be airplanes, helicopters, or anything like that based on the behavior in the air, and I'm not really sure of anything that could perform stunts like this. If you guys think you have an explanation, please let me know what it is down in the comments, because this one has me stumped. Okay, let's go ahead and get into our next sighting. This one comes to us from Jakarta, Indonesia, and was captured on July 4th of 2020. It appears to show a cigar-shaped UFO moving very slowly across the sky. The witness that filmed this happens to be ex-US Air Force and is a certified international aircraft mechanic, so I think he knows a bit about planes, and I think I'll take his word for it that this object was definitely not an airplane. Supposedly, he first thought it was a military drone, but after examining it for a second, he said that there was no way that it could possibly have been a drone based on its size, lack of wings, flight characteristics, and the fact that it made no sound whatsoever. I'll go ahead and play the clip for you guys now and let you guys come to a decision on what you think it is, and we'll talk more on it after, alright? Now check out this footage. So I spent a very good amount of time making sure that this object truly did not have wings, and after enhancing the footage in every way possible, I can confirm that this object definitely does not have wings or any other visible forms of propulsion that I can see. We have shared sightings similar to these in the past where we have seen these white cigar-shaped craft, and they are usually close to identical in their appearance, with this one being no exception. Now, what could it be that the witness filmed here? I'm not quite sure. I wanted to say maybe a blimp, but it just does not look like any blimp that I've ever seen, and it doesn't seem to be shaped right. Usually blimps are able to be identified, even high up in the sky, so if it were one, I would think that we'd be able to tell what it is no problem, and the witness would as well. I know for a fact, though, that this is not an airplane. It has no wings and no flashing aviation lights, so unless this is some sort of new wingless plane, then I don't believe that what we're looking at here is an airplane. On top of that, I think the witness would be able to identify if it were an airplane considering his credentials and having worked on a lot of planes. I worked as an automotive technician, or as most would say, a mechanic, for quite some time, and I know to do that job you need to have an absurd amount of knowledge on vehicles that you're working on, and I can only imagine how much more intense the training and knowledge you would have to have as an airplane mechanic must be, especially in the Air Force. So I think I'll take this guy at his word when he says that this was no airplane. I mean, I can hear a car drive by with an issue and give you a good idea what's wrong with it based on the noise, so I'm sure this man would likely be able to do the same thing with an airplane, and he should be well aware of what noises that he would be hearing from it at the distance that he was at, which makes his individual take on this object very credible and important in figuring out what this thing is. Having first-hand experience with this sort of stuff is super important here. As for what I think it is, well, I could guarantee whatever it is, it does not use combustion as an energy source, which makes me wonder what it could possibly be that we're looking at here. It would need to be using some form of a propulsion that would essentially allow it to defy gravity. It clearly does not have any propellers and in no way looks like a helicopter or drone that I have ever seen, so I think that we very well could be looking at a genuine cigar UFO. Do I think it's extraterrestrial? I would say it's possible, but I'm not going to say it is until I know for certain that there is no explanation for it. Just because I don't have one doesn't mean one of you guys don't, so if you think that you know what this object is, let me know down in the comments, and if you saw the same object, please let me know in the comments or send me an email with your footage and or description of it so that we can get another angle on what this thing is and try to figure out what the witness filmed here. It's a spectacular clip. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the news for today. A man named Ben Langercombe in Plymouth, England claims to have stumbled across what he believes was a UFO crash site near an area that he was camping at. He was walking through the Devon woods on July 13th at about 4 p.m. yesterday with his dog when he came across an area of the woods that had been completely flattened. He said there was no indication as to why the trees had been flattened and that it looked as if they were all struck from the top. He thought this was strange, and indeed it was. He claimed to have heard strange, eerie sounds surrounding him and his dog, and he had the feeling that they were being watched, which caused him to take his dog and flee the area, but not before capturing a video of the crash site. This is the clip that he took at the crash site.
Something's definitely crashed here. Look at this. Weird. Massive gap in the ocean, in the woods. All the trees bent.
Ben claimed that he would not go back to the area and that he was thoroughly freaked out by the experience. Definitely a strange finding. I do, however, want to give a bit of a critique on Ben's claims. I'm not saying that this wasn't caused by extraterrestrials, but I am going to say that I don't believe this was a crash site. If it were actually a crash site and he was hearing strange noises as he claimed, then there would almost certainly have still been a crashed craft there, which makes me want to say that what we're looking at in this clip is not a crash site. So what could it be? Well, it could still have been a landing site, just not a crash site. We have heard past experiences from people that have come across these types of sites, and this does heavily resemble the most credible ones. Usually we have flattened brushing grass, sometimes burnt, and almost always radioactive, which makes me want to make a request to you guys. I know many of my viewers are in the UK, and I want to know if any of you are close enough to this area and have a Geiger counter, and if you wouldn't mind visiting this area and testing for radiation and letting me know what you guys find. I'm curious to know if this man was right or not, and if this truly was alien related. If so, then odds are that there will be high radiation, and I'm sure some of the UK investigators on my channel already have the equipment to test for this sort of thing. So I'm hoping it's not an impossible request for you guys to go test this area. If so, we may very well have a genuine UFO landing site, and I would love to know if Ben walked through the entire area too to see if there were any cloaked objects still landed there. Based on his story and video, I am assuming that he didn't, which makes me think it's entirely possible that what he was hearing may have been beings and the objects still there under a cloaking device to hide themselves from people, although I'm not making that claim and I'm not going to say it's true until I see more evidence. It's just a theory. If we can get some good ground zero evidence from this place to boost this man's claims, that would be incredible. I would go to the area and test it myself, however I am located in the United States and I am unable to do so. Let me know if any of you guys plan to do this and let me know what you find. I'll make make sure to credit you 100% of the way for it, and I am sure we would all love to find out just as much info on this incident as possible and get some true answers here. I think it's possible this man may have stumbled upon something very strange, because it really does look as if these trees were knocked down from the top. However, there are other things that could have caused this. A meteor or a large enough asteroid could very well have caused the same sort of destruction, and we've seen it before with what happened to a woods in Russia where the entire forest was destroyed, and we spoke about that in a video a long time ago here on the channel. You'd have to go back and find it. I honestly can't even remember what the name of it was. If I figure it out, I'll link it. However, I don't think that's what happened here, since there seems to be no signs of visible burning and no signs of a meteor anywhere. Until we get more evidence on this, I'm leaving this case open for interpretation by you guys, and I will not say 100% if this was caused by aliens, a meteor, an asteroid, or anything else until we get more information. Let's figure this out. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today, but stay tuned because there is a lot more coming and we will have it posted very soon. If you liked the video, then please don't forget to hit that like button on your way out, share it, comment, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell. It really helps us out, and it'll let you guys stay up to date by sending you a message straight to your inbox every time we upload a video, and you can once again stay on the up and up with all of the latest alternative news. And remember, you have to hit the bell button or YouTube will not notify you when our new videos come out. Maybe also bookmark the page because Google seems to be heavily censoring our channel, and it doesn't even just seem to be, it is heavily censoring our channel. We are almost certainly blacklisted, and we need your help to overcome that. If you'd like to help support the work that we're doing here, please feel free to support us on Patreon. We are currently working on setting up new tier lists for our patrons, and we think that you guys will really like them. The link is down in the video description. Every little bit that we get helps us out tremendously, and we truly are grateful for it. Also, if you have UFO footage or evidence that you would like us to feature on the channel, please email it over to us. Our email is down in the description as well, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Also, for updates on our new videos, go follow our Facebook page. The link is down in the description as well. Together, we will find the truth. Thanks again for your support, guys. It really does mean a lot to us, and don't forget to browse the channel if you're new and get yourself up to speed. Let's make disclosure a reality. And be sure to check out our sponsors over at Finally Hair Corporation and use coupon code AlienBros to take 25% off your order to help keep our channel going. As always, I'm Richard with Alien Bros, and I'll see you guys again next video.